Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in the transit van build series. And in this video what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be fitting some Vandermoon moon organisers for the rear doors on this transit van. So let me show you those and show you what I'm actually going to be doing. This is what I've gone for. The moon organisers for the bottoms of the doors, and you can open these up, you can expand these pockets. You've got these various mesh ones as well. I'm going to be fitting these to the door today, but I also want to be covering these doors in an Alcantara fabric before I put the organisers on. So that's going to be quite tricky because it's not that easy to use, this stuff. I don't really like it. And I'll show you why, because this bit I've done around the bed, ignore the cable, can you see the crease? If you get a crease, it's four-way stretch, but if you get a crease in it, you can't really get the crease out, because I don't know if you can see there, that's the bit of the, because it's got like a foam backing on it. Once the foam backing sticks and you try to pull it back off like you do four-way stretch carpet, it just leaves all the foam backing on there, and then it just leaves this thin material, and where the crease is, it just stays in there, and you can't then really get the crease out very effectively. So this bit is going to be covered by the shower anyway. So as you can see, I've done that part of the bed. I've also done all around there as well. I've managed to, this is an actual finished area. I've actually got one finished area in my van, well, two actually. But yeah, we've got the cab locker that's finished as well, which you should have seen in a previous video. So yeah, I've done that. That's just a piece of 4mm ply. I managed to cut it around the end. I took this off, cut around it, and I managed to make that nice little piece there. And there's going to be some, probably a piece of ply going over there, and there's going to be cupboards up there. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. But that's what I want to use. I want to use this on the back doors, so the whole area is kind of like Alcantara. And I've also got these ones for the top look up there. So when the doors are closed and you're in bed, you've got some storage up there too. And it also comes with these various brackets, and they're all labelled, but I don't have any instructions. They didn't send any instructions in the box, so I think I've got to find them online, or I'll just try and figure it out myself. And apparently it's supposed to have a template with it. That wasn't in the package either. So for all that money I didn't even get a template or any instructions. But apparently, I found them online anyway, so apparently this goes on the bottom here like this. Can you see that? Can you see? So I haven't really got a very good camera angle. And that one goes in there like that. I've already dropped that one, as you can see, and chipped it, look. But the only thing is, you're supposed to either screw this or rivet it in here. I've held it on with Gorilla Tape at the minute, but the plastic's behind there, and I'd have to put it higher to go into the metal. You don't really want to rivet it into the plastic, really, do you, really? That's not going to be very secure. What I've done is I've just put the bracket on and marked it, look. Oh. As this bottom bracket holds it on at the bottom in this weird sort of gap. Without it, look, there's like a gap, and it's the same on this bit here, look, same there, look. So what I've done is I've just marked it, because I can't get underneath to use the pen to mark the holes while the actual organiser's on. I've used Gorilla Tape to hold it in place to get an approximate where I want it to go. But I was hoping it was going to go higher up so I could use the metal, but it doesn't then clear this, so I've had to bring it back down again. So I'm going to have to screw into the plastic behind. So what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use some M6 rivets. I'm going to try the step drill. think I'm going to need a pilot hole that first though, aren't I? Yeah. Let me get a smaller drill bit. Damn it. Snapped. Caught the insulation. If I'd have known I was going to be fitting these, I wouldn't have done the insulation last. I snapped another 2 drill bits. So I haven't gone all the way through with the pilot hole this time, just enough to get the tip of the step drill. Metal lands on you. I'll have to get the rivnets in now though. So I shall now put a little bit of paint on those just to give them some treatment so they don't go rusty, and then I'm going to do the other side, which is basically a repeat of that, just to 3 holes to do. So I'm going to get on with doing that now. Just in the process of putting the rivnets in now that the paint's dried. I suppose it'll be nice and strong on the bottom. That's where all the weight's going to be anyway. It's going to hold all the weight on the bottom anyway, isn't it? So I'll get that last one in. So now I should be able to fit this. No, I can't, because the holes in this are not big enough. So I'm going to have to drill them out. Bear with me. I'm just going to stick in a couple for now. That's the theory behind that bit anyway. The weight of everything in the door pocket is going to be on this bottom bracket, which is going to be bolted in with 5 bolts on the bottom. And I've got these nice little black ones to match. So that should be nice and strong, that should. As you can see, that's kind of it mock fitted, just resting on the bottom bracket. So I got that bracket on, but I had to drill new holes because the original holes it wanted me to use were in the wrong place on the van, because there was like a divot there and then there was a hard bit, a really hard bit of metal beyond there when I started drilling, and I couldn't do it. So I drilled some new holes and did it down there. It's stronger anyway down there, and I've managed to fix that one. This one should have been simpler, but I drilled that hole out too big. Oh. Drilled that one out too big, so I've had to put an M8 in there. So I've had to, luckily I had an M8 stainless steel bolt line around, so I can use that. And I've just done the normal M6 one there, so I'm just fitting that bracket now. Right, now what I've done is I've marked the marker, I don't know if you can see them, my fixing points. This is metal behind this plastic, so I'm just going to drill straight through and rivet behind it, and I think that'll work. And I've just marked them all the way around, look. And it's held in at the bottom by that bracket, so I don't need to do the bottom. What I'm using is just using a soldering iron. Right, we've had a bit of an accident. Put a fresh drill bit on. In all my wisdom, I decided to put a bit of masking tape, well no, Gorilla Tape, behind the metal where I was drilling, and held it. And as I was drilling, I drilled straight through the metal and straight into my finger. And as you can see, I've got a nice drill hole mark, and that thing wouldn't stop bleeding. And it was really painful as well. It still is really painful actually. But I've got to get that cleaned up and see if I've got any masking tape. I might put a bit of tissue and a bit of masking tape around it. But I can't really use this hand very well now. So I want to get this done. I don't really want that to stop me getting this done. So I'm going to crack on once this is cleaned up a little bit better. When I'm all patched up, put a bit of kitchen roll and some masking tape around it. And I went to get the insulation tape the Gorilla Tape out to see if there's any metal shards actually on it. Didn't work anyway, all you've got is my blood on it, so yeah, that was a waste of time anyway, so I didn't even need to do that to my finger. So they're pretty much fitted, except for I need to get some longer bolts for here. These fixings, I've used those ones there, they're okay, but because these ones go into the plastic and beyond the rivets, they're not quite long enough, so I've ordered some more off Amazon. But these have got to come back off anyway to do all the Alcantara fabric on there, so that doesn't really matter. I've ordered some, they should be here tomorrow, the bolts. Now it's time to do the tops. Okay, so briefly what I've done is I've gone round one of these, the other side. I'm just going to show you on this one. I've marked out where I want my fixings. So I want there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Marked them with a bit of marker, permanent marker. But what they tell you to use, they tell you to then use a soldering iron to put a hole in it, which I did. But that seems to be a waste of time, because then you've got to then drill through it, because this is like it's like a ply board inside there. So you've still got to drill through it to make the holes big enough for the bolts I want to use. So I think it's easier just to drill it first. I actually used a wood drill first to get through the wood, and then I sort of just enlarged it a little bit with this one because I didn't have a bigger drill bit, wood drill bit. So then I just used I think this is a 8mm, I think. I'll tell you in a minute which one it is, can't remember. And then I'm going to use a soldering iron just to burn the edge to tidy up the hole so it can't fray or anything. That's basically what they tell you to use, a soldering iron. And as you can see, they're the holes. I've got to go over those with a soldering iron, but I've just used those holes then to put a smaller drill bit through to mark up on the inside, and then I've used a step drill to drill through, big enough for rivets. But the worry was that I might drill through to the other side, but I have checked on the other side and there is quite a big gap. Although this one, there's something rock hard behind there, and I'm wondering if it's something to do with this catch. So rather than try to force that drill and damage whatever might be behind there, I have decided just to leave that. And although I have put the hole there, because now there's a hole in the storage pocket which is going to look crap and it's going to annoy me, I've got some of these. I've already cut the heads off when I used the threads to mark wood when I did the beams in the roof. So I think I'm just going to glue one of them heads on there, and I'll probably have to do the same on the other side, just so it looks the same as all the others, because I don't want a hole there. So I'm just going to glue one of them on. Bit of a bodge, I suppose, but it is what it is. I don't want to drill through there and potentially damage something on the van, so I've already got the hole in the storage pocket, so I have no choice now. I've just given all the holes a little spray with some silver hammerite and let that dry. It's directly in the sun, so that'll be dry in minutes anyway. Then I'm going to get the rivets in. Let's hope these are all lined up now. Yeah, looking good. I mean, really, I don't think it needed this one, really. I'm not going to do them super tight because I'm going to take it back off. Yeah, that's alright. I mean, that is not, when that's really tight, obviously I'll tighten it up more. Sitting up real nicely. I may even put a bit of glue on the back of that, just so it doesn't move. Yeah, I'm happy with that though. Right, I got that one up as well now. So they're both up, just not tight, because they've all got to come off like I said, because I've got to put this on next. I'm going to do that tomorrow, but for you that'll be in about 5 seconds. See you tomorrow in 5 seconds. Right, it's now time to get these back doors covered in this Alcantara. I've already done some prep work. I'll show you what I've done. I've took the Vandermoon storage back off. I've took the window frame off. I've actually masked it up so I don't get any adhesive all over the glass. And I've also sprayed a bit of black satin spray around there, because if there's a little millimetre gap from the board when I put the ply there, you can see the silver behind it, which is what happened to me in that bit over there around the window. I mean, only I can see it, but I know it's there and it now annoys me. So I don't want to see any silver foil insulation tape ever again. I just want my van to look like a camper van, not like a spaceship. Well, I kind of just got on with it. I set the tripod up, I didn't press record, got stuck in and then couldn't really stop. And that's where I ended up getting to. I've got it covered. I need to put a piece of ply, I need to cover a piece of ply on this bit here, cover it in the Alcantara and then glue it in to shape, so that's the next job. But I'm just trying to clean the edges up. This stuff is just horrible to use. So like where I've cut it, and when you've peeled it back off, it leaves all the foam behind, and then I'm trying to get it off without getting any white spirit on this, which is not really happening, and it's just going on this and sort of ruining the edge of it a little bit. It's horrible stuff to use, to be honest. I mean, if you used to ask me, do I recommend it, I would say no, not for ease of use, especially for a beginner, someone like myself. It's horrible to use. I mean, if you're experienced, then yeah, go for it if you're good at this kind of stuff. But I don't know how you get a good edge on it. It's just, I'm not really happy with it, really, in all honesty. I'm happy with the overall finish, but not the edges. Just can't get these edges nice. They just look. And I put a new blade in. I actually put in I bought a carbide blade, brand new one, brand new set. Thought I'll get brand new blades for this to make sure it's mint. And it hasn't really worked out, but that's where we are. Carpet's so much easier. You cut the carpet, it just peels off. Job done. You can get a nice clean edge on that. On 4-way stretch carpet, but not this stuff. No, because of that foam backing. But it's on now, isn't it? So, and it'll be nice, I suppose, when it's all done. And I probably won't see that because it'll be closed against the rubber anyway, won't it? So, right, I've set myself up to do this one. I've used some magnets to hold it in place. I've cut it all to the size I need, but this time I've actually cut out round here first. I've took this off and cut around it because before I was trying to do it with the glue on it and it was a nightmare, and it all scrunched up here, and so I'm trying to trim it first this time rather than afterwards. So I need to try to figure out where the window is and cut that out to take the stress off this bit, because it was so tight in there, if you understand what I mean. I'll show you what I mean on the other side. Actually, look here, when I was trying to cut it under strain, I cut it a little bit too short there. I really wanted to go to there, so hopefully the plywood will cover that though. I'm going to have to make sure it does now, aren't I? Right, I've decided to do it a little bit different this time as well. In the middle there, I didn't cut the window out last time, so I've cut the window out this time to release the pressure off the fabric, and that should make things a little bit easier. So hopefully that's ready to go now, and I'm going to get on with that, and I'll try and record it for you this time. Well, I tried to film all of it, but I had a visitor turn up and was chatting to me while I was doing that, and I couldn't really not do it because I'm running out of time, and I started putting the adhesive on. So that's where I've got to so far. It was definitely better cutting that out. That's made it a lot easier. I've just got to this last bit now. I'll try and do this one-handed now. I've got some magnets, but they don't really work because there's nothing metal to stick to now. I need that out of the way, really. I could maybe magnet it there, maybe. Yeah. Right. Oh no, look, it's stuck to itself there, look. See what I mean? Stuff's a nightmare. I'll need to, so I need another pair of hands. If that sticks, it's going to be a nightmare. Stuck to itself. So when this stuff sticks to itself, it's a pain because it pulls the foam off, like I was saying. Look, it's creased in there now. Now I've got to try and get that crease out of there. How am I going to do that? And that's creased there as well. It's stuck. You can't really take it off because gotta try it. Oh, it's stuck under there, look. Get out. I hate using this stuff. No, you're not going to see this bit, it's going to be covered, but still. Look, this is when it becomes an absolute nightmare because it creases when it sticks, and then stem creases won't come out. That's why I say don't use this stuff, it's a pain in the ass. Especially if you've got OCD. cutting all this bottom bit off, so it don't really matter, but it's not really stretched in there, is it? Oh look, not enough stretching it for that bit. Oh, what am I going to do with that? It's all going wrong in this last bit. It's even stuck on the bottom look, and I need every little bit of it. Baggy bit there, look. Baggy bit that I can't really do anything about. Sorry, somebody started up a lawnmower. Right, we're on a new day. I'm back on this little bit here. I went away for a couple of days. I went down to see my kids in the van. So I'm now back, and what I'm doing now is I'm templating this area here around the window, because that's the only bit I never got finished. Now my process that I've decided to use for templating is it's probably not the right way of doing it, or the professional's way, but I don't really know how else to do it. So what I've been doing is I've been putting a piece of newspaper in there, and I've just been sort of pushing that in and marking it like that with a pencil. So I make a mark, and then I just transfer it onto a bit of paper like this. I mean, it's not a very good example, I know, but on a bit of card, sorry, a bit of cardboard, and just sort of press through it like that, and it hopefully makes a mark in the card. And then there's a faint mark in the card afterwards, and then I just pencil that in. And then I cut it out with a Stanley knife. Nice sharp Stanley knife. Sharp Stanley knife that hasn't actually cut all the way through. It's a brand new blade, one of them carbide blades as well. Anyway, you get the idea. And then I should have an edge there, which I'll then test fit. See how good that is. And yeah, that's pretty good. Once I take this little bit off here, see that little bit, I need to take a little bit off there, and that should be just about right, and then I'll put that on the card, put that bit of card on a piece of ply, sorry, and then that should be the corners. Well, that's what I've ended up with. This piece, it's a little bit tight here, so I need to trim a little bit off there, tweak it a little bit, but yeah, it's not turned out too bad. But I did end up making a cardboard template, and it's a good job that I did, because this was 20mm too short of the top, even though I took the measurements like 3 times. So before I actually cut that piece, I thought I'll just do it out of cardboard first, because I don't want to screw this wood up, because it's expensive stuff, this Garnica lightweight ply. So I did it on there, and that was wrong. So I added 20mm to that, and that was the original, I think that was the original cut line that I was going to cut, and I thought, oh, I'll actually do it out of cardboard first. So yeah, cardboard templates are always best to test before you do your final cut. It just needs a little bit of trimming around there, and then I've got to figure out where the window's got to go. So what I've done to do the cutout for here is I've basically just measured, like that's 17.5 centimeters, and then I measure this side, which is 16.5 centimeters, and then I measure from there, which is like 17, and I do that all the way around. And then what I've done, I marked it out on there and just used my square, I think it's called square. So basically just do that, and I just use a pencil line to get myself the square, and then I just drilled into each corner like that, and then use the jigsaw to cut round. And I've test fitted it, and it fits. It fits nicely. So I'm going to now seal that in with some Osmo oil, and then I test the frame, see if the frame goes over, and the frame goes over nicely with no gaps around the edge, which is actually going to be a little bit better than the one around the bed, because there's a slight gap on the bed. So that's worked out quite well. So like I said, I'm going to get this covered in Osmo oil. I've got some of that stuff, so I'm going to let that dry. It'll probably take 24 hours. I'm going to let that dry and make sure there's no smell off it before I actually do the Alcantara. And then I'll cut a piece of Alcantara, put that over it, trim it all, then I'll put it on there, and I'll just stick it on there with some contact adhesive, stuff you use for floors and carpeting. So that's what I'm going to use, that's my plan. So once that's all done, I'll come back and I'll show you the finished result. I'm obviously going to now go and do the other side, so I'm going to do exactly what I've just done for that side, because I haven't done the other side yet. So I'm going to get that done. I'll do that off camera, so not to bore you too much. Right, these pieces are dry now. I've done one coat on one side and then a coat on the other side. So I've got some pieces of the Alcantara cut to the right size, and you can see the foam I'm talking about previously here. A little like foam on the back of it, which is kind of good, but does cause some issues when you're trying to put it on. So I'm going to try this method. I'm going to try and lay it on. I'm going to try and do it like this. I'm going to put the contact adhesive on. I really need another board, really. I've got another box over there, but it's hard hassle to get it out, so probably best if I just move this. No. It's sticking in the corner already. I'll do it on the floor over here. I've got to get this to make sure I put it that way. So I'm going to do that over here. So you're supposed to go in the opposite direction. of what you'd spray the other surface with. And then we'll put that on and hope for the best. Now I want to turn that around and make sure it's all... I want to check it because it's sticking around the edges already. Look. Sticking onto the cardboard. So we'll do that. Just want to make sure it's nice and smooth. Yeah, it looks like it is. Looks alright. So I just need to put a bit that way on the edges. Look, you get a crease in it, look. You can't get it back out really. I did there, but it's made a liar out of myself, haven't I? Now we just need to cut the middle bit out. Brand new blade. Look at that, didn't even cut through it. That's what I mean, it doesn't cut very well, this stuff. That's what I was saying. You've really got to press really hard. You can hear me cutting through to the cardboard underneath. See, look. That's a brand new carbide blade, that is. Another one. This is what it does when you try to cut it, look. It just frays and goes all horrible. Probably better off with the scissors on this bit. Looks nice. Right, it's time to fit this window plinth, or whatever you want to call it. I've taped up the window so I don't get this glue everywhere, but I'm going to use this contact adhesive to put it on. Doesn't want to spray now, does it? Oh, God, I've gone too far, look. Got bloody glue on there. I've got to get this on sort of in one go. Really. Oh no. Why doesn't it want to fit now? It's not fitting, is it? Why is it not fitting? Get up on the step. Can't really get good leverage. Glue around the edge now. Let's get rid of that. I'm hoping that's not going to stop the window going on. Frame. Sure, when I test fitted that, it went in there. It's right up against there. Let's grab a window and have a look. Frame, window frame. Yeah, when it's screwed on it'll be alright, won't it? Right, I think it's time to get one of them fitted. Time to get window trims on. A real satisfying bit. You feel like you're completing it when you put these on. Anyway, I've got the ladders in the way though. Whoops, I just knocked you. Right, I'm going to have to move the ladders. Not really any good camera angles here. I need to hold the door as well. This one seems a bit long, doesn't it? This one's a bit long. I wonder if we can't even tuck it behind there. I'm going to have to trim a little bit off that one. Bear with me. Well, let's try that. This bottom one don't seem to want to go on, does it? There we are. Oh. Oh, I've bent it now, look. This bottom one's a right pain. Why won't it go on? There we are. Yay. What I need to do now is I just need to clean the window frame up a little bit with a bit of white spirit, because there's a bit of glue on it, look there. And there we have it, one finished door. Door storage all done. And door storage at the top. Windows all on, surrounds all on. Overall I'm actually pretty happy with that. The only thing I'm not really happy with is this edge. I know it looks alright there, but it doesn't look so good there. So I'm wondering if I put something like that on it, piece of trim. Oh, that don't look too bad, does it? Oh yeah, that actually works quite well, doesn't it? I was going to cover this in some Alcantara, but I think that looks actually quite nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to finish it in that. I'm going to cut that, I think, and finish it in that. Yeah, what do you think? It's a nice finish, isn't it? It actually fits perfect as well. I'm going to do that. Not in this video, but I think I'm going to put that on. Right, I got the other side done now as well. So that's both of them done now. So I've finally got the back doors finished. So that's me done. I'm just going to tidy it up now, clean up my mess because I've got stuff everywhere, and admire my back doors. I can't believe how stupid that sounds. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video and you found some use out of it, then do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more, because I've got the rest of this van build to do, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later, bye.